y'all? World Strong Fitness. It's host Ezekiel. Alright, so let's review real quick. I figured I wanted to do this off the dome. I didn't want to do this in front of the computer. I felt like I can do this off the dome. So let's first start with John Wick. So I saw John Wick twice. John Wick is such a magnificent movie that I can't even, I'm in awe at that movie, man. So let's talk about John Wick. So it was reported that Keanu Reeves kept his lines at 300 words, 300 or 350 or something like that. I felt like it fit the character. It went right with the character. And then I started to realize they didn't show his wife until John's last scene. All right, so his last scene in the movie, that's when he showed the memory of his wife, and that was it. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought that was very interesting, and I kind of felt like Chad, the director Chad, I think his last name is Chad Kaczynski, something like that. I felt like that was the tone that they were going for, was John didn't have much to say. He wants to finish this, and he kind of accepted in the very beginning of the series, death is probably his only way out. I felt like he accepted that after the third one, in my personal opinion. Then let's talk about the cinematography. I really want to talk about cinematography. Okay, the cinematography on John Wick 4 was magnificent. Alright, they end up in the desert. I was fine with the desert, on horses, desert, cool. Then Tokyo, magnificent. The Continental in Tokyo was magnificent. John behind that red building with all the lights, that silhouette was on point. Just the whole cinematography of this was on a whole nother level. The bad guy, I forgot, Bill, the Marquis, every structure that they were in, he was just like, every structure around them was just gigantic and huge. And it's like, damn, these things are real in the world. Like, of course the museum, yes. But the scenery, I think the scenery when Winston went to go visit Sharon, y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all who've seen it, trying to make this spoiler free, but the scenery and how that place laid, the steps that John went up to go meet him in the snow, that was on point. I was like, damn, that's slick. That's fucking sexy. That shit's smooth. I was like, okay. When they had the little meeting to set up the duel, the backdrop of Paris, the Alpha Tower in the background, I was like, dude, that's on point. Where is that in Paris? Like, everything was just gigantic and magnificent. Now let's talk about the bad guy. That dude, if y'all don't know, it don't look like it because I can't afford the suit lifestyle right now. I can't invest in the suit lifestyle right now. Let me be more specific. Every suit besides that shiny black one that he was wearing was on point. His character, his acting, everything that Bill Skarsgård did was on. Like, I liked it. I do want him to come away from being the bad guy, but he plays it so well. I hope he just doesn't get typecast. They seem to like him playing the bad guy. If y'all don't know, he played It. He was the clown in It. That's the same actor. But his suits, everything was just on point. Looking at it from a dapper lifestyle, I loved it. If you don't know what a dapper lifestyle, it's just guys who like to wear suits, basically. That's me. As soon as my journey and my business is gonna take me there, bro, please believe it. Yes. That's the bad guy. Cinematography, Donnie. So I never really mentioned it, but I'm a huge martial arts fan to a point that I've been watching martial arts since back in the day, Hard to Kill with Steven Seagal, and I've actually kept up with it, okay, over the years. So I used to watch all the Chinese stuff from back in the day. I've seen Donnie Ying's old stuff, Once Upon a Time in China, when he he teamed up with Jet Li to do Once Upon a Time in China 2, Super Cop with Jackie Chan. I've seen Rumble in the Bronx in the theaters back in the day. It was like 95 or something. I see Mr. Nice Guy in the theaters. I know Sammo Hung, Jackie Chan's partner. But Donnie Yen, I wouldn't say Donnie Yen came into my eye with Once Upon a China 2, because I was really hardcore with Jet Li. Hero, he did Hero with Jet Li 2, and then I think he did Iron Monkey 2, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of these names, go watch them. Excellent martial arts films. They're back in the day martial arts films, like they're good. All right, but what I want to talk about with Donnie is magnificent. Donnie does his own thing. Now the choreography for Donnie's movies, like Ip Man. He started off with Ip Man back in the day, the first Ip Man, IP Man, Ip Man, what do you want to call it? And he does that boom, 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 fighting style. I wish they would have done that more in this. They gave it to his first scene of his introduction. Hey, Donnie Yen is here, but that was it. You know, I felt like Donnie was going more of an acting in this one. He wasn't being the choreography. He wasn't being the martial artist as much. He was more, they were pushing him more for acting. And I felt like if he would have asked that to help his career over here on this side, so he could be a little bit more prominent. He was in Blade 2. He was in Star Wars. I can't remember anything else he's done over here, but he's very prominent over there in China. Recommendation movies to watch, his choreography, and that's where I was getting with. He switched it over to MMA style choreography. So Ip Man, the first Ip Man is the only one I like. I don't care for the rest of them. Ip Man 2 had Sammo Hung, 3 had Mike Tyson, and 4 had Scott Adkins. Scott Adkins was the fat guy in John Wick 4. So that's the second time or third time they played together. Move that over there. Move that over there. Okay? Move that over there. I didn't watch the 4th one. I didn't care for all the other Ip Mans. Ip Man 1's the best one. SPL is the first time I seen Donnie Yen do his MMA fight. Now, there's 2 action scenes in SPL. I forgot the name of SPL, but the movie's called SPL. All right, he has a fight scene with a knife guy in the movie. That's a decent fight scene. And then the last fight scene with Sammo Hung, watch that. On point. Dang, and the next couple of ones I do not remember. I remember Special ID. I'm missing one. There's one with the 3 brothers and the guy Colin Chow, I believe his last name, Colin Chow from Matrix Reloaded, the Asian guy, Matrix Reloaded. He's the bad guy in that. It's not Special ID. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head anymore. Those Donnie Yen movies are on point. You know, he has Raging Fire with Nicholas T. or Tao. That's all right. That's more so action. That's okay. All right. That's Benny Hung's. Is it Benny Hung? Not Benny Hung. Benny something's last movie. Benny's known from doing Police Story and a couple of other prominent Chinese movies back in the day. And then Jackie Chan, Drunken Master, Super Cop, Police Story 1 and 2, Project A 1 and 2, all those old Jackie Chan movies are on point. And Jet Li got a bunch of them too. My favorite martial artist movie from Jet Li is Fist of Legends. Legends and Fist of Legends. Fist of Legends is my favorite, top tier. He does at the end, a fight scene paying homage to Bruce Lee. Done. And of course Bruce Lee. So that's Donnie Yen. And let's just talk about the action. The action was on point. I think the action this time, we saw more of John getting tired, John just feeling old. It was never said, but you can see it. The action was non-stop. The movie overall did not feel like it was 2 hours and 49 minutes at all. I'm just sitting here just going in awe. Just in awe from fight scene to fight scene to fight scene. And of course the overarching mythos of the story, you still don't know anything about the Hightower other than there's 12 families on the table that sit at the table. So you kind of get a gist of it. And I was like, you know what? They need to do something with this universe. They need to go ahead and branch out this universe, because I want to know more. You know what I'm saying? They gave us tidbits here and there, and I like that, but I feel like there's so much more to it, and they just gave us such a small bit. And I feel like these spin-offs, they have to be grand. They either have to be really, really dirty and just grimy and action-packed and stuff like that, or you know, they gotta be, you know, grand, just like John Wick. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The trailer for Continental was out. It looked all right. They went back in the day. We're probably gonna see how the table started and all that good stuff. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see. You know, I don't have high hopes for it. You know, I feel like Chad put his foot in an episode in chapter 4. That's the director. He put his foot in this. He knew what he was doing, and he executed well. It was magnificent. It was one of the best action films. I would say best action martial arts film of all time. I gotta give it that. I'm sorry. I gotta give it that. It was too magnificent. I had something else to say, but I think that's it, man. John Wick 4 was just on point. It was so good. The director put his foot in this. Like I said, it was just amazing. Oh, Dragon Breath. So if you don't know, Chad is getting ready to direct a video game. So in one of the scenes in John Wick, Chad takes the camera and slowly angles it up as if we're watching a video game, watching John Wick go through these rooms, have this Dragon Breath shotgun that basically is a shotgun with flame coming at it at the same time. So people are just getting hit. At first, I was like, oh, I see where he's going. And it's like, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. You know, I'm all right with it. You know, I think the angle where he was kind of not up above, but more diagonal from up top was perfect. So I'm very curious to see what he does in his next series. I feel like he's going to do excellent in his next series. It's a samurai game, the ghost of something, samurai monster game. So I can't wait for that. Let's talk about the end credits real quick. Like I said, the end credits, I feel like, well, let's talk about it. So the end is it's not very ambiguous. I felt like they left it ambiguous because they wasn't, the studios wanted them to. I think the studios wanted them to, and I think that's what Chad said. Because the studios wanted Chad to do 4 and 5 together, but Chad's like, I don't know how to do that. And that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't know how to do it. That means everything's well thought out of. He gets ideas, and this is why everything is so put together nicely. He takes his time. And I keep saying this, film, TV shows are a form of art. It is a form of art. And if you take your time and slowly put stuff together, not James Cameron put together, but just like this, there you go. Because I think John Wick 3 came out in 2019? 4 years? Beautiful. I mean, we had COVID. Dude, man, the thing was put together so perfectly. I ain't even playing with y'all. That thing was so good. The ending scene with the dog was ambiguous. So I kind of do want one. I'm the type of person, moviegoer, where I don't like when people, you know, go left. You know? But it kind of made sense for the story too. So I'm okay with that. There is an end credit scene. I felt like the next one, Donnie could lead by himself. I don't think I would want Donnie directed though. No offense to Donnie. You know, I do not want him, if he can't bring the tone of John Wick to it, then I don't want Donnie directing. Donnie does direct his own movies and stuff like that. I think his new one that is on YouTube, the trailer for YouTube is he directs. He's been directing. You know, him and Jackie, all of them been directing for a while. You know, he could do the fight choreography, but I don't think I want him directing it. So if he can lead a movie series, he could lead a TV series. Either one, I'm fine. I think they should just branch out and let us know more of the world of John Wick. They stumbled onto something, and I think Chad and all of them need to really get a brain trust and really write things down and take their time. Don't let the studio rush them, and take the time with the series, because you don't want to just go do a series in the John Wick universe, rush everything, and nobody likes it. It's like, that's not John Wick. I don't know who is that. Tracker? Who the Tracker? Who is she? The daughter? That was horrible. That was terrible. It's like, no, take your time, make the TV show, take your time, make the movies, and make sure you expand on the universe. And little by little, we all love that little by little methods of what's going on in this world. I'm still trying to figure out why I ain't see no cops. 4 movies, I ain't seen not one. Did I see a cop? Not one cop. Still, just shootouts. Not one, no, nothing. Not nothing. Okay. This world, they be doing whatever they want to do. But that's it. That's my review on John Wick. On a personal note, guys, I was supposed to set everything up and start recording, and then, brother, just to say, I gotta handle my taxes. So that is getting my full attention. I got a couple of things going on the job, in trying to manage my personal training business, do YouTube, get a part-time job to get some cash flow going in until my business is up and running. So you can take it as an excuse as you want. I'm not gonna lie, it probably is, but I'm trying my best to manage everything. This is way more harder than I thought, but I'm still gonna give you content. I'm back giving you content. And I told you the next one is Glory. So the next one is an Asian series, Glory. I am watching Unlock Your Boss, and I just started Divorce Attorney Shin. So we got a couple of more Korean stuff, and I think I'm gonna stay in the Korean space. I realize there's not many people reviewing Korean shows, so since it's going to take time for me to grow, I might as well just stick to that. But I am going to do also other series and TV shows and stuff that I do enjoy watching that I have to talk about. You know, I had to talk about John Wick 4. So that's how that's going to go. But in the meantime, peace. Please like. This is how I spread out. Share if you share. If you want to. You ain't got to. I'd rather you just hit that like button. But